Saltwater Fishing Report. I'm Heath, and it's time to get into the bite. All right, folks, welcome to the show. This is your one-stop shop for everything local about fishing. We're going to go over what's biting, who's catching it, where it's being caught. We're also going to cover your weekly up-and-coming marine forecast, the moon phase, and the tide charts. Before we get into this, though, if you want to learn more about fishing, grow as an angler, just see some great exciting offshore fishing adventures, you can start by hitting the subscribe button and joining the South Florida saltwater fishing family. All right, enough of the great self-indulgence. Let's get right into this. We had a busy week with wind and weather. A couple of windows of opportunity to get out there being last Thursday, maybe Wednesday afternoon, and Sunday morning before the wind started kicking up. All right, so first off on the report, we got a little bit of news to go over. And this is going to be another FWC closure of a season for all of you that like amberjack. Our friends here at the FWC have once again decided to take a break here. They say that they are shutting down the recreational harvest of Atlantic and greater amberjack from April 1st to April 30th. So you got a month where you can't catch them and harvest them. Not sure, does it really say why? It's a spawning season for them. That is the reason they are shutting that down. So while they're, making little amberjacks, you just got to put it on pause for a minute. It is what it is. It's not the end of the world. All right. So now let's get right into our fishing report. That is what we are here for. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to welcome in spring. Spring officially started last Tuesday, the 19th. So we're in springtime fishing, and it actually started a little early with all of our pelagics and all the stuff that we've currently seen biting. So we are going to go over this. First things first, let's see what we got going on. We got, we don't really do freshwater, but if you are into freshwater, the peacock bass are biting. Somebody sent us a nice peacock. Oh, not that one here. Wrong one. That's the bolo. We'll go over that in a minute. Let me get back to where I was. There we go. Peacock bass. Sorry. Like I said, there we are. Peacock. If you're into peacock fishing, freshwater fishing, which I am horrible at, and I can't give you any advice, the peacocks are obviously biting. Thanks for your contribution. All right, now let's get back into this. Inshore freshwater, I have reports of, but no pictures to show, I have reports of trout, spotted sea trout, coming in Biscayne Bay, down in Miami. So if you're into trout fishing, go on ahead and head down in the grass flats and you can get them. We've also got inshore bite. We got pompano going on. Let me show you a picture right here. This was sent in by Pedro and Anna. So if you are into shore fishing, we've got the pompano. Nice bucket full of them there. They're going home having some good eats. And that's pretty much it for what I got reports on the inshore. Again, I'm sure at this time of year, snookers still eating, chewing good. The tarpon are also, picking away at the baits. We currently don't have a massive bait run of anything going away. So that's, your bait is starting to level out and the fish are starting to go back to picking away at what you would normally use for your baits. All right. So that's our inshore. Also, just on a side note, before we continue, El Nino is slowly fading away, and they are predicting that it is going to immediately reverse itself into what is called La Nina. El Nino is the warming of the Pacific Ocean. La Nina is the cooling of the Pacific Ocean. So maybe as that sort of develops, we will make a special episode geared towards that and what it does to the atmosphere of the ocean and how it affects fishing, of course. All right, so back to it. So the inshore, we've got trout, pompano, snook, tarpon, mangrove snappers if you're into going after them in the shallows in the mangroves down in the Keys and all that goodness. All right, let's look at our reef bite. What do we got going on the reef? The reef, we have a solid mutton snapper bite still. So let me see if we've got any mutton snapper pictures here on the thread. No, we don't. But what I do have on top of the mutton snapper, which is it's just a solid bite. Everywhere you can look, all over posts, social media, and everything. The mutton snapper bite is still as consistent as it was last year, and it's becoming even more fired up as our springtime rolls in. We've also got Jack Crevalle, the big Jack Crevalles, the big mamas are starting to feed. Let me show you this one. This is a nice one from down in Marathon. This was submitted by Alex. Alex is a captain down in Marathon. Nice, solid, I couldn't even tell you, 20-pound plus Jack Crevalle. So if you're into having the fight of your life, go on ahead, get hooked up with one of those on light tackle, and you'll be pleasantly surprised. Also, just on a side note, if you are ever in Marathon and you're looking for a captain, Alex is available. You just have to go on ahead and you can reach out to me and I can put you in touch with him. All right. So that's where we're at with that. Also, our reef bite, mutton snapper, Jack Crevalle, and we've got cobia showing up in force. I got report of cobia up in. Got a report of cobia up in Stewart, up St. Lucie was where it was from. And now here's another one also. This is submitted by Jerry Feldman. New to the group on Facebook. If you haven't joined the Facebook group and you have it, you're on Facebook and you want to join, go on ahead and hit a nice cobia. Look at that. 32.8 pounds is what he said. Looks all of it to me. Solid, nice catch right there. Got to thank Jerry for his contribution and letting us know what is biting over the reef. So that's what we've got going on the reefs that are solid. Also, we've got yellowtail bite. Yellowtail bite and the Ceros are still swimming through. Also, let me go through and mention also in your inshore too, if you're in the little bit of the shallower areas, the Spanish mackerel are still biting good. But that will go away as spring sets in. All right, now let's head out and click that off. Again, back to the Facebook page real quick. If you haven't joined the Facebook group, which is the South Florida Saltwater Fishing Report, I encourage you to go on ahead and looks like this on Facebook. It's right here, South Florida Saltwater Fishing. The logo, you know it. I love it. Self-indulgence here. Put up reports, warnings when the report is happening, which is every Tuesday at 6. Local catches from people. Every Monday we drop a little thing asking for people to share what they've got going on, and we just go with it from there. And that's how we produce this show right here, so that we can see what is literally happening out there. All right, anything else on the reef? Not much in the way of reef fishing pictures here, so we're gonna head off on that one, and we're gonna go out to out deep. Out deep, we still have a consistent swordfish bite. So if you're into sword fishing, they're still chewing. We've also got vermilions and roses. So those two fish, your deep water fish, are always out there. The vermilion snapper, you got to hunt them down. They're readily available year round. There's very few times when they're not biting. Rosies, anytime. Go out to 800 feet, find ground that is pebbles and rocks, and the rosies will be there. If you go more into the mud, not so much, because that's tilefish land. And again, the tilefish are shut down, and golden tilefish are shut down till next year, and blue line tilefish don't open up. I think it's in July. I'd have to look it up. I forget when they open it. You got they said last week, July 19th. So they open up, I think, May 1st. and they close July 19th. That's blue line towfish, if you're into deep dropping like that. So that's out deep. Now we're going to go and do, what the bulk of people are getting into, which is trolling right now, because it's springtime. We're going to be trolling those deep reefs. We're going to be trolling out deep for the pelagics, the mahi. Let's get right into this. The first thing that we know we've got going on definitely is blackfin tuna. Blackfin tuna is a super solid bite right now. They're easy pickings if you're going out there. Here we've got the bolo. This is out of Deerfield Beach, Pompano area. They go out of Hillsborough Inlet. Solid blackfin bite right there, making the customers happy. And we've also got, just to show some more blackfin, we've got, this is from down in the Keys. Down in the Keys, we've got YB Normal Sport Fishing. And here we go. Put that up real quick. Again, another, bucket load of blackfin tuna, making the customers happy. Everybody's going home. They're going to, if you like sashimi, great. If not, you throw that on the grill like I like to. I like to grill up my blackfin and just barely cook it, just barely enough, and it tastes like steak. So we got a solid blackfin bite going on, and it's undoubtedly off the charts right now. The big ones, the little ones, and as we head more towards June, you're going to get those big females feeding, and it'll be time to go out and really, start doing. I like to get them on jigs. Slow pitch jigging is great. Also, send down a live filter down to the bottom with a couple foot leader going on, 3 or 4 feet, not much. Let that fish just swim off the bottom. The big ones are going to come get you. And if you're on light tackle, it's some good old fashioned fishing fun. All right, what else is on here? Also, back to our pelagics. So blackfin tuna are more of a deep reef thing. If you're looking for the blackfin tuna, they're going to be in about between 200 and 300 feet. If you can't find them, make a pass out to about 500. They're in and around out there. You can find them way offshore, but really blackfin tuna hang out off the deep reef because they're eating all the bait. All right, speaking of the deep reef, we've also got kingfish going on. We've still got a wahoo bite going on. Let me show you something pretty cool. I saw, hold on one second here. I'm going to get to this because I think this is pretty cool when you get a good stick on the gaff. Everybody likes a good stick and slinging some wahoo in the boat. We've got Marlin, my darling, out of Fort Lauderdale. Watch this. See that wahoo right there coming in hot? Here we go, getting ready for it. I mean, talk about some skills on the gaff right here. Bang-o, over the rail and in the pail. And then she does some fist bump right there. Awesome shot right there. And watch, here we go, another one. I mean, classic, great wahoo fishing right there from this charter boat. Again, Marlin, my darling, out of Fort Lauderdale. Great stuff right there, which shows that we still have wahoo going on. Can't complain about that. Another one. Let me show you a good mixed bag. Again, speaking of wahoo, and we've got some mahi. The mahi, I want to say, are showing up in shallow. I got one report of them being around 450, 500, but all the charter boats, like I said, they don't head out that far all the time. So they're in, a couple, 200, 300 feet. Here we go. The bolo, again, out of Deerfield. Wahoo, kingfish, and a couple of the mahi. Good catches right there. So again, we've got a fired up reef, and I want to show you another picture that I got. Here we go. Lisa B. This they got a bucket load of dolphin. They hooked up before the last front came through. And they said all of these dolphin that they got a barracuda laying on the table too. All these dolphin, they said they got all of these inside of 200 feet. So the dolphin are showing up shallow. They're in shallow, and great catches right there. All right, what else do we got going on? The dolphin, yes. Also, sailfish. If you are into sailfishing, sailfish are still swimming around. We got a rebound out of Pompano Beach. These rebound sport fishing, they head out of Hillsborough Inlet, they got the boat with the Heineken wrapping on it. And here we go. Nice sailfish. So the sailfish are still sticking around. It's an iffy bite unless you're really into sailfishing and you want to go and hunt them down. Hey, that's great. So there we go. Let's see. What else do we got going on here? Sailfish, YB normal, blackfin, mahi, wahoo. So that's about it, right? So we've got a consistent bite. Let me go over and check on the Facebook page again. Let's see here. Oh, we've got wrangling. Here we go. Like I said, all right, here we go. Jason Reeks. Nice. Looks like a double-digit cow. Caught off Boca Raton in 456 feet of water is what he said. Hold on, let me check and make sure that 256. I'm sorry. So yesterday off Boca. Yes. So there we go. So these dolphin, like I said, the mahi are showing up shallow, 200, $150. Go out there and troll them up. Get your favorite lures. If not, I'm not sure where they're finding them in current rips or if there's a little bitty scattered weeds or debris floating around out there. Good to go. Go get you some. Anyway, real quick, shameless plug. This is Jason Reese. He has a YouTube channel called Moving to Pro Offshore. So if you ever are feeling fishy, go on ahead and check it out. Great guy, really friendly. All right, what else do we got going on? Let's see. That is our, some more dolphin. Here we go. Mike from Ports, he's from St. Lucie. A couple of nice dolphin. I believe he said he caught those a while back, but still, nice picture. You got to thank him for the contribution. Always consistent with his contributions. All right, and then we shall continue seeing what else we got. So those are our pelagics. Oh, here we go, Dennis. Another dolphin. Look at this. Here we go. So as you can see, the mahi bite is ultra solid. That's where it's at. So if you're heading out looking for pelagics, I'm saying go for the mahi and the blackfin tuna. You can start doing trolling the reef for the kings and keep after the wahoo. The wahoo is a solid bite. It's kind of fading, and it will as March wanes on. But if you're looking out there, this is what you want to get into. The mahi they look like they're biting really good right now. No sense of complaining about that. All right. The dolphin right here was 400 feet. This one here, 400 feet out of Boynton Beach. So they're up and down the coast. We're looking good. All right. And that about does it for our fishing report. So again, if you're on the troll, you want to look at the blackfins and the mahi. The wahoo are scattered, but they're still biting. The kingfish are starting to show up. And periodic sailfish. Over our reef, we've got yellowtails, muttons, cirro mackerel. The big jack crevalle are showing up. They're gonna move more inshore and have some fun with that. So let's move forward. We're gonna start talking about our weather. And let me just read some comments here. Somebody says, thank you for the report. I rely on it. I'm going out this weekend. Missed the weather report for the weekend already. No, you did not. As Orlando says, the weather report is the last part. It's the second half of the show. It takes a couple minutes to get through it. And that's what I'm going to start doing right now. That way I don't hold everybody up in life. Again, thanks to everybody for showing up and hanging out and watching and commenting. I do see it all. And, I see ones like these are great. Let's get into the bite. Hey, I'd love to, man. I'm ready to get back out on the water as soon as I can. All right. So weather. First thing we will do is we are going to, more importantly, the meteorologists concerning our weather. We have a front that's going to come through at the end of Thursday. So Thursday afternoon, you're going to be looking at some rain. And into Friday, we're going to have a temperature drop. So the weather event of this week is Thursday. The front's going to come through. It's going to start blowing. It's going to be breezy. So just keep that in mind. All right. So now we shall go to my favorite website for checking out the weather, which is Windy. Now, again, all the websites I'm going to use here are going to be available in the description. So if you want to look at it, don't be shy. Go on there, click on it, and it'll bring you right to the same thing I'm looking at. And you can just navigate your way through and find what you need to find. So currently, we got our winds have shifted southerly. They've been ripping all day, and that's going to be the way it will be. So right now, we've probably got a small craft warning going on from the NOAA. And let's see how long that's going to carry on into. So Wednesday morning, we've still got winds ripping in the high teens to 20s. So it's going to be pretty gusty out there. So I would imagine we're going to have small craft warning tomorrow also. In the morning, that's and let's see what happens mid-morning. And it's staying about the same. In the afternoon, it starts to die down. So you've got up north towards Palm Bay, Vero Beach. It's still a little brutal. Down south, it'll die down. Over on the west end, 10,000 Islands, Chokoloskee, all the way up to Marco. It's a little less than it is over here, but it's all the same. So you're going to have some good chop no matter where you are if you're playing it by the wind. Wednesday evening, again, it picks up, starts kicking around 20 miles an hour. Thursday, like I said, we've got the front coming through. We're ripping. So Thursday is probably not the day to say, hey, I want to go out and go fishing. It doesn't look like we're getting a calm through before the storm. Also, so this is Thursday. I mean, look, now you can see the front coming through. When these are up in here, these are steady winds, 25 plus. The darker right here is winds of 30. So Thursday is not looking real promising at all. As you can see, the front starts to push through. There we go. That's midnight, and we're starting to clear. Friday, we start to get our winds from the north being pushed through after the front comes through. We'll have a cool down. Again, we've got some breezy conditions, but if you're out in the west coast, you'll be on the leeward side of the peninsula at that point, which means if you're going in shallow, you can probably get out there and do it, but it's still going to be windy. It's right after the front. It's going to mix everything up. It's going to mix the sand up. It's going to make the water cloudy. So fishing for redfish and stuff like that, it might be out of the question. Friday afternoon on the west coast, we start to settle down a little bit. We've got a northeast wind pounding the east coast still, all the way down the coast. And as you get into the lower part of Florida, down in the Keys, they're taking even more punishing, it looks like. So, Thursday, Friday, and as we head into Saturday, it is going to start easing up. It'll kick up a little bit on the west coast, but on the east coast, it looks like we're going to start lightening up. However, just because you've got that lessening of wind does not automatically mean that the waves and the craziness that it brought up is going to die down immediately. It takes a little bit of time. So Saturday, that's early in the morning. As we head in towards the afternoon, of course, our, onshore breeze is going to, looks like, lessen up over on the west coast. You're in shallow Marco Island, Naples, it looks like we're really dying down. So if you're doing, inshore fishing on the west coast, you might be able to actually get out and have the afternoon for you. And our winds are dying down from the east, as we can see, all up and down the coast. The further up there you get, you've actually got some dead spots. And this is promising for, like what I said, Sunday is going to be pretty much your day to get off. Up, we've got a westerly wind up north, which is going to create a swell down in Palm Beaches, down to Miami. We've got a southeast wind. So our seas will probably give us a break between Saturday afternoon and Sunday. We'll see. What was Saturday afternoon? Saturday, maybe Sunday, lessons down to 10,000 Islands. It's dead. West Coast looking good for inshore. Offshore, not so much. Keys, down in Key West, it's blowing a little bit. So you got to be wary out there. As we head into Sunday afternoon, we are starting to die. Our winds are starting to pick up and turn southerly into westerly and heading into, let's look at Sunday afternoon. It does its thing at nighttime. And then Monday, the same conditions. So, Sunday and Monday afternoon, it starts picking up again all the way into Tuesday. And it looks like we're going to start getting some more breezy conditions again as we head into next Tuesday. So Sunday afternoon into Monday, it looks like we're going to get cut some slack. And you might be able to do it. Get out there and have a little bit of fun. Let's check out what our waves are going to look like. So here we are today. Ooh, look at that. Up north, that's not looking real pretty right now because of the wind conditions that we've got going on right now. It is pounding up there. Those are solid 8-foot seas all the way down to Palm Beach. So I'm just out of curiosity, real quick, I want to see what the inlet cam looks like. See how gnarly it looks out there. And it looks, let me show you what it looks like. We'll take a look at this real quick, and then we'll come right back to it. This is the BOCA inlet, and you can see when you got those breakers out there, it's a little bit uncomfortable. Let's take a look, shut that one down. Real quick, we'll go over and take a look and see what Boynton Inlet looks like real quick. See if there's any difference. Boynton Inlet is, yeah. Now let me show you real quick here. To show you, we've got some seas that are, not so fun looking. That's Boynton Inlet right now. That's the north side of the inlet. South side of the inlet looks a little bit weaker. North side, the inlet's getting pounded. So they've got a swell actually coming in is what this is. All right, so that's what we're looking at right now. Okay, so back to our waves. We're looking at waves right now. We're going to go through the rest of the week on our waves and keep busting this through. So tomorrow, we're looking at the same conditions. Over on the West Coast, light, nothing. One less than 1 foot down into 10,000 Islands, up through Marco Island and Naples. We've got 1 foot, maybe 2 foot. Over on the East Coast, though, all up and down. Down into the Keys, it's less, but you're looking at seas that are 3 to 5. Up here at Palm Beach and north, you're looking at unbearable seas. I wouldn't even risk it. But it is a swell, as you saw. So if you time the swell right, leaving the inlet, you're good, and those conditions don't bother you too much, of course, go out and knock yourself out, have fun. Thursday, with the front coming through, our seas are going to lay down. Looks like we're going to have seas that are probably about, again, we've got that northeast swell going on until you get down into the Straits of Florida. Down in here, we've got a confused sea. 10,000 Islands, West Coast, all that goodness. It's still lightweight stuff. Good to go for inshore fishing. Friday, our seas pick up again. We've got out in the Gulf Stream. It looks like it's gnarly. We're going to have, again, it looks like a swell coming down due to the front that passed through Thursday. Saturday, seas start laying down again. This is, again, predictable for what will be for Sunday afternoon and Monday, which are looking like the days to get out. Sunday, like I said, here we go, laying down 2 feet, maybe 3 feet in some areas. Down in the Keys inshore, we're looking a little less. We're looking 1 to 2 inshore. Offshore, you're looking probably about 2 to 4. Down here over on the West Coast, it's nothing. It's like a lake out there. Checking out, and that is Sunday afternoon. It's looking like it's still remaining the same, a little bit more bumpy up north, but in the Tri-County area, which is our area down here, we're looking like it's very much doable. 2 feet less, 3, maybe 3 feet in some areas, some chop. But again, we're coming from the northeast, so it more than likely will be a swell that follows that front. And again, we're going to have cooler days, so it will be nice out. It'll be drier air. They're not predicting much rain except for that day. Monday is looking like a great day. 1 foot, maybe some 2-footers somewhere, but not much going on. Up and down the Tri-County area into the West Coast and up north, we got it picks up a little bit, but that's probably due to the wind cycle and everything going on there. And then into Tuesday is looking great too. So if you're looking at getting offshore, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday are looking all right. All right. Let's look at the last thing we shall look at will be our rain. Click on the rain. Let's see. So here we are today. Nothing. Wednesday, and a little bit of precipitation, a little bit of the wet stuff, but nothing to really worry about. Thursday is the day where it's going to come. Here we go. This is Thursday, 10 a.m. That's that front coming through. So be looking for it around midday, and then as it goes into, this is 5 p.m. Thursday. So let's check and see when it really starts coming through. Here it is. It's 2 a.m. Thursday, 5 a.m. Here it comes. 9 a.m. It's going to start hitting up around St. Lucie and Marco Island, and noon, Tri-County area, we're getting pounded right around noon. So like I said, Thursday's not the day. And as we head into the night, it drifts off. Friday, nothing, barely anything, little scattered storms, nothing that's not seasonal. And it dries out as we head into the weekend. Very little precipitation being called for. This is Sunday into next Monday. Dry air. We've got the southerly breeze. Again, nice mild weather going on. Very good stuff. All right. So that's our windy forecast, which is looking great. I mean, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. If you can get out there, go do it. All right. So let's move on to our next one, which is our wind finder. We're going to see if they say the same thing, which they more than likely will. Here we go. All right. So today, right now, let's see. Yeah, we got high teens, gusts into the 20s. Wind from the southeast, a little bit east shifts. Tomorrow, southeast winds again in the teens. Gusts in the high teens, lays down a little bit as night comes, which is not abnormal. What are they saying? Temperature in the 80s in the middle of the day. Seas. It talks about the tides. Not much more going on there. We'll get to the tides in a phase, everything here in a moment. Thursday, craziness. That is the cold front day. Winds blowing, gusting up to the high 20s. And, every once in a while you'll get that one that's in the 30s, but constants in the high teens and 20s. Friday, same thing as the backside of the front starts bamboozling everybody and pounding away. So Friday, isn't looking at it. And then Saturday, we've got our wind start to shift from the east. Again, low teens, 10s as the night falls into Sunday, calming down. Sunday at midday, we pick up into low double digits, but nothing too crazy. And then Monday and Tuesday are, like we said, those are those days that are looking a little good. Tuesday afternoon looks like the wind starts to kick in, the onshore breeze. Again, very seasonal, nothing crazy. All right, so that's good. Now we will head on to see what our buddies at NOAA, the fishery stopper people, love to give them a hard time about that, Anyway, let's see what they got to say about the future marine forecast. Here we go. Small craft advisory. Like I said, man, how do I know my folks at NOAA? All right. Small craft advisory in effect through Wednesday evening. It's going to continue. They're going to keep this up. Don't just read that, take it for face value right now, but it's going to be there until probably Friday midday. Wednesday, 15 to 20, around 25. Yeah. Seas 5 to 6. But that's a swell, like we said earlier. So if you're into fishing that giant swell, go on ahead. Just be careful. You got to time it right. Getting out of the inlet. Thursday, the undoable day. Seas 3 to 5. It will be choppy out there because this front's coming through. 15 to 20. Gusts 20 to 25 in the afternoon. Yeah, northeast swell 3 feet in the morning. Like I said, so consider that if you're thinking about getting out tomorrow. Friday, northeast winds 20 to 25. Yeah, gusts around 30. Yeah, so this is what's going to follow our front. So it'll be a little gnarly out there if you're thinking about doing that day. Sea 6 to 7, 9 feet, Gulf Stream, rough. Yeah, so Friday, again, not really looking at exactly, not looking good. Looks yes, I like this. Here we go. All jokes set aside, but still, in sincerity, looks like somebody's feeling sick already for Monday. You gotta love it. Uh-oh, we got another one. Looks like I'm going to have to take Monday off from work. You guys are the best. I won't tell your bosses. Of course, I don't know them, but you can't say I disagree with you. All right. Saturday. Again, crud pulling into Sunday. Sunday night sees 2 feet or less, which leads us into, like I said, that Monday and Tuesday. So if you are thinking about taking Monday off, hey, that's where it's going to be at. All right, so that's our weather forecast. It looks like crap for the rest of the week, and over the weekend it'll lighten up into early next week. We start getting some boating conditions and fishing conditions set off, and that's great because it's springtime. All right, let's look at our moon phase. Here we are. Moon phase is very important for fisher people that like to follow it and trust it. All right, now we are in our waning phase. Again, waning means we are heading away from the full moon. If we say waxing, that means we're heading towards the full moon. So right now we're in a waning phase. We just got past a full moon, which was yesterday. Today we're at 99% full. If you checked it out, you actually saw the full moon in the sky down low towards the west end of Florida yesterday, and it was up there for a good portion of the morning. All right, so this is today. Tomorrow we're at 96%. Thursday 91%. Friday 84%. Saturday 76% moon. Sunday 67, Monday 57, and Tuesday 46. So the moon is looking good that it's starting to go away for those fishing days. We don't really want a full moon. We want the fish to not be eating all night. Also, if you are a bait fisherman right now and you're out catching the gogs over the deep reefs, you're not doing it right now. You're not going to have much luck because goggle eyes fish under the cover of darkness. So if you're going out to go do some goggle eye fishing, this is not the week to do it. Wait till next week sometime when that moon starts going away. All right, so that is our moons. It's like I said, it's looking good right now. If you can get out and you're into that swell fishing, the moon phase will definitely affect that wahoo fishing. So just consider that. However, consider this. We've got this bright moon, and like I said, fish are feeding all night, but we've still got the mahi chilling, which means that's a solid bite going on. All right, let's kick this into overdrive, and we're going to go over our tide chart and send everybody pack in. All right, what do we got here? Let's look at our tides. Here we are. Today, we are on the incoming tide, which means the tide is rising in the morning. So if that's not a place to go and sit by the inlets and fish the jetties and stuff. You will catch nada. Remember, jetty fishing, if you're into inshore fishing, fishing from jetties and fishing those inlets, you got to have that outgoing tide or the fish will not be there. You will be fishing for the rocky bottom. So, but just remember, our tides are on a 12-hour span and they shift to the right of this page. They shift constantly every day. So right now and every other week is where it looks like it's good. But remember, we've also been having a good bite from certain fish like wahoo at the slack of the incoming tide. So if we look here at, let's just skip to Friday. Here's Saturday. Saturday, we've got our tide starting to roll in at about 6:59, at about 7 o'clock. Slack tide's right at about noon. So, and if we look at it, it shifts forward every day. So Sunday, the tide will be slack right at around 7. Monday, the tide will be slack right at around 8. Tuesday, the tide will be slack right around 9. If you just follow this pattern and look at what's going on, it shifts about an hour. So you will have on, Monday and Tuesday, you'll have a little bit of time to get out just before the sun rises and hit that falling tide, that outgoing tide. If you're going to do the jetty fishing, get out there right before the sun rises and crank it out. And then we've got the slack tide. Of course, the fish have been biting on the slack tide, which is good for people that are all out there trolling and getting into the pelagic bite. The reef bite, I'm not so much sure how it's been affected by the where the tide ebbs and flows. So we'll see. Anyway, that is our tide phase going on. Okay, that about does it for this show. We're going to call it quits. Hope everybody had fun. Hope everybody enjoyed. And again, if you're getting out there these next couple of days, definitely please be careful. Don't do anything crazy. It's going to be treacherous come Thursday, and in the next week, looks like we'll have great days. So if you catch them, post them. Once again, before I close out, let me just do some shameless plugging right here for myself. Go on Facebook, join the club, the South Florida Saltwater Fishing Report. Ask to join the group, and I ask a couple of simple questions now because I had the bots coming in droves. So I had to ask a question. What's your favorite fish to catch? And then do you agree to the rules? The rules are simple. Guys, don't post your YouTube videos on here. Don't post selling stuff. This is just so that people can literally come here and go, okay, I know I'm going to go there. I'm going to see what's catching, what's being caught, who's catching it. And again, if you want to give a little bit of info, like where you caught this, how deep it was, any of that good stuff. We're not asking for any spots or any inside info that anglers are secretive of. We just want to see that people can have some fun and get out there and, get into the bite. All right, folks, that about does it for this episode. Hope you had fun. Hope you enjoyed, and hope to see you next Tuesday. Till next time, South Florida Saltwater Fishing, going wherever the cool wind takes us.